toe, so we're just going to make some room for him. Congratulations on your win. A bit of frustration that the scoreline perhaps didn't have a few more goals on it?
Well, frustration when you win, no. Things to improve, yes.
And what was that to improve?
Well, especially in the second half, we just played the ball back to David and we're immediately in trouble, and generate some momentum. And then we give some very simple balls away as well that allow them to run and have some belief. From there, they generate the set pieces without really creating nothing. But that feeling that the game wasn't going in our direction to score the second and the third one, even though we had two big chances in the second half.
Declan Rice had one of those chances. He came over and chatted to us about how frustrating it is sometimes the way teams set up here. They make it very difficult, don't they? They know what they've got to do to try and keep you out, not necessarily attacking the other way in Ipswich's case, though. Yeah,
well, you see, the first half, I think the stats are very significant, so we need to get used to that. We are used to that. Credit to them as well, because they are very organized by a very well-coached team. So credit to the opposition as well, but we restrict them to nothing. And we have 3-4 openings and a little bit more threat that we needed in the box, I think.
About to say, defensively, you must be delighted again. And it's another clean sheet here, 4 on the spin, I think, in the Premier League as well. That's the first time this season that Ipswich haven't had a shot on target, so you must be delighted with your defence.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. I mean, the way they track back, they lose the ball immediately, they are on it. Ball is over, they find a free player, everybody's in diagonally backwards. It's a joy of a team, they have this behaviour now, it's in them, and obviously that helps a lot the defensive line and the keeper.
Can I ask you about Lewis Skelly? Because I've watched quite a bit of him. He's playing above his age. I always see him every time I see he's on the football field. He's playing with a man that's been many experienced in this league right now. I mean, you must be absolutely thrilled with his development. And what are you doing with him right now?
Well, I think he's a special character. He has the capacity to ask certain questions that sometimes I don't know the answers to, so it's well ahead of his age. He's so mature, he has a really good environment, really good family, and then he has qualities that adapt very well to our way of playing. But that's the theory. Then you have to go out there, compete at this level and do what he's done again tonight, so credit to him.
And you talk about family, how important it is as well at the club. I mean, obviously I've given Christmas Day off. How was that for you?
It was great.
Yeah.
For many years I haven't had the chance to open the presents in the morning. They had to wait for me all the time, so it was a special
You
day.
made them wait for you in the past.
No, I didn't, but they always wanted to wait for that. So it was training session, wait, Daddy, what time? A lot of pressure just to go back home, but it was a great day, yeah.
We saw Santi Cazorla before the match and presented. Are you going to have a chance to have a
he's
glass
coming down the office right now.
A glass of Rioja or something there?
No wine, I don't drink wine, but big hug and really pleased to see him.
And of course we talked about Saka being gone for a few weeks, you said, pre-match. And what did you make tonight of how you're adapting without him, with Martinelli and Trossard?
Very different, and we will evolve that. The second half I liked more. We had more people around it. We cannot isolate him the way we isolate Bukayo sometimes, that we want to do this kind of thing. We have to do it differently, and it takes time. Those three together, they played 12,000 minutes together. That new unit, brand new, so it will take a bit of time.
Will you be active in January?
We don't know. We will see. Hopefully we won't have any more injuries. We have Raheem probably less time than we expected, so that's very good news. So focus on the ones that we had, that they are already very good.
Well, congratulations on tonight and on your year that has just gone, because of course we won't see you again in 2024, and Happy New Year.
I wish you all the best.
Thank you very much.
Okay? Thank
well
you.
done.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. A fairly kind of sober reflection on that game there.
Yeah, I thought so. I mean, look, job done. I think you said it. They weren't at their best. First half, they dominated possession, didn't really create too much. Second half, the game was a bit more open. Ipswich started to have a bit more of the game. And, but they've won it. And they're the team putting pressure on Liverpool. So, pleased with the result. He knows that they can do a bit better than that, though.
That was you. Congratulations on the win. Just saying, obviously, reviewing the goal, a bit of frustration that there weren't more for us to talk about tonight.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's been a kind of a constant theme for us recently. We've been, dominating games, but teams have been coming here low blocks, putting a lot of people behind the ball, and it's really tough to break down a 5-4-1. You've got to keep probing, keep going. I feel like second half we could have had one or two more. Obviously, I had a shot which was blocked off the line, and you just got to keep going. When the games are tough, you've got to keep pushing, and lucky enough, in the end, obviously, it was an important win, and I think that was the most important thing.
Do you want to have a little look at your shot?
We didn't go in, so I'm not too bothered about it now.
But Declan, I remember we spoke a few weeks ago at the club, actually, yourself trying to get more goals, and that's a different side of it we want to see a bit more of.
Yeah.
You got your goal last week at Palace, but I mean, you probably one of those connected really nicely.
Yeah, I couldn't have hit that much better. I think I was just watching the ball the whole way. I think in them moments you can be so excited about the goal, but I think if you watch the ball and just watch it down onto your foot, you're going to get a cleaner strike and
a different set piece than we see. Normally it's the bus stop at the back post, isn't it? But
yeah,
slightly different set piece as well.
Yeah, definitely. I think teams obviously are trying to stop us on set pieces, and it's down to us to have different variations of set pieces. And I think they were taken back by that one. It was obviously unlucky not to score, but we stick to our process, and we're really good at them. So we've got to keep pushing on that.
You're going to have to adapt a little bit at the moment without Bukayo Saka.
Yeah.
How do you think you did tonight without him in terms?
Well, he obviously come off early in the game the other day. We had a really good win. Tonight was different without him out there. He's obviously been our main man for the last couple of years now. So we're going to have to adapt for sure. And there's players that, of course, everyone wants to step up and contribute more. And there's a great chance over the coming months to make that mark.
Declan, we've seen you playing in different positions when you play for England, when you play with Arsenal in the Champions League. Almost you are the player that you adjust a little bit in relation of the needs of the game.
Yeah.
Could you tell us what do you prefer? Do you prefer to be a free 8? Do you prefer to be more of a 10 that arrives into the box? Do you prefer to be the 6 in front of the centre halves?
Do you know what? I feel like I can do whatever the manager wants me to do. I think I've always been best. As a kid growing up, I was always a 6. As I come here, I started to learn the 8 role, and I feel really, really free in the 8 role. Moving up and down the pitch, being a bit more box to box, and sometimes when the manager asks me to arrive in the box, it's a bit unnatural for me because that's not my natural game. But it does make me more hungry for goals. And like you said, depending on the opposition, I'll play wherever the manager needs me to play. And I had a little bit of a slow start to the season off the back of the Euros, but I think for the last couple of weeks I've been finding my feet again, and I've been feeling much more back to myself. So I'm really pleased with that.
Last game of the year for you and for this team. How do you reflect on the year as a whole? Big year.
Yeah, it's been a really good year. Obviously, we've done really well, but it's not what we want. We've been so close to winning the Premier League now twice. We've gone far in the cup. We're in the semi-final. That's coming up in obviously Feb and Jan. So hopefully the new year brings trophies. This club deserves that. We've been pushing for that. The manager's been pushing for that, and to make that next step to be amongst the elites. That's what you have to do. You have to win stuff. So we can keep winning games, but it means nothing if you don't win anything at the end.
You're 6 points behind a Liverpool side who at the moment haven't had that period where they seem to have had a wobble or they've had any big injuries that have affected them. They seem to be very much in cruise control, don't they, at the moment? Yeah,
look, massive respect to them. Obviously, we're up against them. They're one of our rivals. They're full throttle, Liverpool. They was like it under Klopp. They've been like it under Slot. They don't let anyone breathe, and we need someone to obviously help us out so they can drop some points, but we can only focus on ourselves and, keep winning our matches, and hopefully something can happen. But it's a big push now from January onwards.
Are you their main protagonists, do you think? Are you the ones that they are going to have to be ahead of if they want to win this Premier League title?
No, I think there's loads of teams. I think Chelsea have been outstanding. They've shocked everyone. Everyone ripped them off at the start of the season and didn't think they could do it. And they've been amazing the way they've been playing. Obviously, Man City, they've not had the results, but the quality's there still. And they're going to push. Villa have obviously been really, really good. The teams, Forest, anyone can win, anyone can beat anyone now. I don't feel like the Premier League's what it used to be like 10, 15 years ago, where a team could rock up and you knew you'd win. Now it's a tough game every single game, and you need to be on it and focused. And it's going to be a long end to the season, but one we're ready for, and we need to keep pushing.
Well, unlike the last couple of seasons, you're not the ones being chased, you're the chasers. So it's a different mentality, I guess, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I think last year we was in front, and maybe towards the end we did feel that pressure a little bit, but it was a different experience. But obviously now chasing and knowing we have to win, that's a nice experience as well. So I'm sure come end of your career, you look back on these moments and, you would have loved the fact that you was involved in it. So you just got to keep going and see what happens.
Best of luck. Enjoy the rest of the festive period if you can.
I'll try. Well, we're in Brentford on New Year's Eve, so fast asleep for me. But all good.
Well, Happy New Year.
Yeah, you too. All the best.
Take care.
Later,
Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you very much. Always gives an honest assessment, doesn't he, Declan Rice? And an interesting kind of take on the year and what they're learning, because you will learn so much in those two very kind of close championship races that they've been involved in, but it is different being the team that is chasing.
Yeah, but you can get the sense he's getting frustrated with Liverpool because Liverpool just aren't giving anyone a rest at this moment in time. And like we say, players speak about it. Yeah, on camera they may not, but at times with Declan is very insightful. You give you the honest view on things, but it's affecting them in some ways. But they're just doing their jobs, which is the most important thing, getting results. But he'd probably want to see performances a bit better and improving to going into the new year. Like I say, the slow starts, I think there needs to change at times. But look, still a long season. Look, they're in the right position. And I'm thinking, I agree with him. I think being the chasers is probably a good thing.
You can hear the hunger, though.
Yeah.
The way he talks there.
We came here to win trophies, didn't we?
We want more than finishing second. Second isn't good enough for Declan Rice and this football club. They've been really close, haven't they, a couple of times now. And he said that hopefully the new year will bring trophies. But he's a really big player for them. He's a driving force for them. But you can see he's hungry to win something.
Well, they've got 4 home games in their next 6 fixtures. It's a chance to put a bit of pressure, isn't it? Because they've got a very good record here, as you've mentioned a few times tonight. They haven't conceded here in 4 Premier League games now.
It's a bit unfair, I think, to measure this team just because they didn't win any trophy. I think everything is in place. They do everything properly. You see that is a team that they cover a lot of angles. You feel that every year they improve. And sometimes you need a bit of luck, that key moment, those moments to win a final, and I think that will come. But when you listen to Declan Rice, very humble, but they are so resilient with what they're trying to do. I just feel that the success is gonna come. And if anything in the league, it will be at home. I think the home form is gonna be vital for them. And as you've seen it today, almost at 50%, they won a game in the Premier League. That speaks volumes of where they are.
I'm sure they would have liked more goals tonight, and maybe Gabriel is the one who will.
بدايتها كده نزل لنا حاجات في النايت ماركت حرفيا ملهاش اي 30 لازمه، حاجات كلها عايزه الحرق. ده بالنسبه للنايت ماركت. بالنسبه بقى الايميلي مش موجود وفي بلاوي كتير حصلت. الديس ماتش، حتى الديس ماتش مختارين لي فايبر، ما بحبش العب فايبر. ما تجيب لي سيج، سايفر، سوفا، ريز، بريمستون، كيو، رينا، اي حد يعمل حاجه. فلو انت لسه خلاص تعمل لايك، شيك في القناه وفعل الجرس، ويلا بينا. النهارده هنلعب حبه ديس ماتش كده نسخن فيهم عشان خاطر الدنيا خربانه قوي قوي قوي. يا ابني استنى اتحرك يا ابني هتموتني يا ابني. الماوس بطيء كده ليه؟ الصراحه كل ما يكون بطيء كل ما يكون بالنسبه لي احسن. انتوا جايين منين؟ هيطلعوا 2 مع بعض دلوقتي. ايه يالا؟ اقعد ياهو. جبته برضه. انت رخم يالا. لا اله الا الله، ازاي يا نينجا وجامد كده؟ تاد الحلاوه دي كلها.